Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV drama series. Today's drama story is about
the entitled one.
If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
There is this one member of my FC, Dakota, who has been in the FC for a long time. And this story is just about how he gets on my nerves because he is always trying to start drama by whining and complaining about how he never gets things in the game. I used to run mount farms for my FC, and I did this out of the kindness of my heart and because I like to help others get stuff in the game. When I was a sprout, I used to help people, and I could literally not wait until I could turn around and help others. I vividly remember seeing someone yelling for a res and racing to get there so I could be the one to raise them. So I liked to help. I got a lot of satisfaction out of it. So I ran mount farms, usually unsynced, nothing too hard, and I called mechanics and usually would run till everyone got mounts. But Dakota did nothing but complain. "I still don't have the Shinryu dog mount," he would whine. "I couldn't make the mount farm because of my work schedule." I asked him, "Well, when can you make it?" He told me he would be able to get on at midnight. So I purposefully planned a late night mount farm just for him. I did this week after week one summer, trying to schedule around all the members of the FC who wanted mounts from different fights. I ran farms a couple nights a week, and I really tried to do all I could to accommodate Dakota. We're smiling because we've seen this. We've all kind of know a person who's kind of like this in the game. We've seen it. See, I see in the chat, this sounds familiar. A lot of people can relate with this because they've seen it. Dakota made it sometimes. And the times that he couldn't make it, you can bet I heard about it. It was as if he resented me for scheduling a mount farm that didn't start at freaking midnight. This is a person who is so entitled that they think that someone else should be the one to get them mounts. His whole attitude was that the FC, and me in particular, was responsible for carrying him through fights so that he could have these things in game. Now, I personally got my own mounts myself. I fought my way through PF, something doing a fight 99 times to buy the mount. I didn't whine at people to carry me in the mount farms. I got just about every one that I have by fighting it out by myself, with no one to tell me mechanics or carry me. I'm not judging people for wanting to join my mount farms. I mean, I ran them so people could access something a little more easily than they would by themselves, especially if they had anxiety about that kind of thing. But the expectation that I should do that, spend my own time and energy on other people, for what? For mounts that I already had? You really should be grateful, you spineless worm. Dakota, you spineless worm. It's really hard to fathom how someone could be so bold as to expect me to be the one to have to be there every time, and that I would have to run the farm or Dakota would just not do it. He wouldn't do things on his own, but just whine and complain about how I did things that benefited other people or myself, and how he was left out in the cold. Oh, he's like, poor me. When I ever suggested that he go hit PF by himself, I would never hear the end of how the FC really needed to be active and provide mount farms, and now it isn't, blah blah blah. He just did not want to do anything on his own, but would constantly complain how it was the FC's fault. And since I was the one running the farms, it was my fault. And in the trials, Dakota would die all the time. And of course, he would never take any responsibility for that either. He was always like, "I was out of that. That was bullshit." Or my absolute favorite, "I was low on health." Where are the heals? Oh my god. I can think of Quinn right now. Oh yeah, now blame me for not healing you. Not only that, but he never stopped talking. He talked so much that he didn't hear calls that I would make about mechanics, and then he would mess up because he wasn't paying attention. I had to sometimes raise my voice to be heard, and numerous times other people in voice call would ask if he could stop talking so much. He would stop for a little while sometimes, if that happened. But the next time we were in voice, he was talking again. With this guy, you can't even get a word in edgewise. If I imagine what this guy might look like in real life, I imagine a head that is 75% mouth, and that mouth is flapping. You make me think of South Park, Terrence and Phillip, with the mouths flapping. He's the kind of nerd that when I listen to him talk, my eyes roll back in my head so hard it gives me a headache. Some people's nerdiness is endearing. This guy is so deluded, so full of himself that I couldn't stand to hear him talk. He would endlessly brag about getting the highest DPS in an alliance raid, or how he foiled some D&D scenario with some brilliant idea, which I of course would roll my eyes at because who cares? He thought so He thought so much of himself, it grated on my nerves. I would just mute myself and then scream as if I was in space and no one could hear. Shut the F up! Oh my god. This story's making me laugh. Oh my god. One night, we were doing a farm of emerald weapon. Dakota would not shut up the whole time. He was non-stop blabbing and leaving his dead body all over the arena. I got a phone call during the raid and had to take a break from it for a few minutes. After we were done with farming for the night, I left voice call, but Dakota was still in there talking shit. I didn't get a mount in Emerald tonight because the raid leader was distracted. This is so funny. Dakota was complaining and blaming his failure to get a mount on me, as usual. One of my friends told me about what Dakota was saying in voice call, and I was really annoyed. I complained to the FC leader, and he told me that I didn't have to be taking anyone through fights, and it wasn't my responsibility at all. He told me that I had done enough mount farms in that summer alone to last for a long time. He told me basically I didn't have to do mount farms for the FC. I knew that. I wanted to help out, but the ungratefulness was just way too much. Dakota obviously had some personal shit against me. I don't even know what it was. Was he jealous that I was just plainly better than he was? Was that why he made my life miserable by demanding that I help him out and then refusing to ever be quiet, talking over my calls, blaming me for his dying by accusing me of being a bad healer, also burdening me with his bad playing since I have to do extra to try keep him alive? Was he doing all this on purpose? Because it sure felt like it. Dakota's toxic and selfish attitude prevailed in all content, as far as I could tell. We would do maps with the FC, and again, Dakota would not shut up, and this time, it was all about how he never gets any drops. Oh, wah, wah, wah. Oh my god, I sound like Xenos. I sound like Xenos with that line. Blah, 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 blah. The worst part about being a poor sport like that is guilting other people for getting something in a random role. Dakota would literally say, "God damn it!" or "F you" if I won anything. Yo, what? I'm sorry, I was really starting to get offended. Now I am supposed to feel bad if I win anything? I am only here so that Dakota can win everything. Oh, or maybe I am supposed to trade him anything valuable that I win, because of course he needs it more than anyone else. Dakota would whine, "I never get anything good, just my luck." Or, "F you." I just don't think it was good-natured ribbing of friends. I mean, some friends might say F you if their friend won something they didn't. I can understand that. But the way he said F you to me did not feel like he was my friend. I literally felt like he meant it. That he was disgusted if I would win anything, and it was my job, again, to make sure that the limited time that he spent in-game was worthwhile. I really don't know what I ever did to this person to deserve being treated this way. I noticed that Dakota didn't treat anyone else like that. What the hell is up with that? When I would say goodbye for the evening, everyone would cheerfully say goodnight to me, but not Dakota. I could hear his voice drop to a monotone. Bye, OP. He was making sure that it didn't sound friendly, much less thankful. I don't think he has ever thanked me. Holy... Oh my god. Just don't include him anymore. I mean, I wouldn't run parties anymore. I'd just give it to someone else. Deal with Dakota, somebody else. The other thing that he would do that was subtly mean was add a period when he would say hi in chat. Hi, OP. Period. That period. You know, just hi, OP without the period sounds more friendly. Don't think I don't know what you're up to, pal. I can feel your hate through that period. You are pathetic. Everyone in chat is saying hi, period. I should make my bot say that now. Like, have a bot in chat when someone says hello or hi. It's just like the bot will say hi, period. Look, all I was doing was trying to help. It ain't my job to get you your mounts, brother. And when we are in maps, you know what? I hope you win nothing. And I hope what you do win is worth nothing. And I know that you'll never get another X-Trial mount in this game unless you get carried. I'm sorry I ever bent over backwards to help you. I shouldn't have. I should have ignored your whining. Because doing this for you only made you act more entitled. The end. Alright, let's see. I don't know, OP at the end was a little dramatic. I think it gave the story a bit of a funny ending because they were dramatic at the end. They hated Dakota so much it just became funny. Like, you know what? I hope you never get anything. I've never seen someone go to this extent that Dakota did in the story. Like, that's too much. Holy moly. I could imagine Dakota would be the type of person also that would just talk nonstop about his life and nobody asked. You know, that person that you're just like farming with them in your FC voice call and they just like talk and talk and talk about their life. And you're like, what? Like, you're just sitting there listening. And like, nobody even asked, but okay. I'm just here for the mounts. And then I can leave and not listen to this guy anymore. That's like my old boss for real. I just mute and deafen. I did a mount farm ages ago back in the day. I went through PF. The person linked a Discord. I joined the Discord. And it happened to be like an FC Discord. A few of us joined it, like people in the PF. We were all in the voice call of that FC. And then someone comes into the voice channel and was like, who this person? Who that person? Like literally calling out every single person's name. Like, who's Pathra? And it was like a person that sounded like a kid. Like 10 years old. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm like, huh? I mean, I'm sure they weren't 10, but like, I'm sure they were probably like 18 or something. But like, their voice sounded really young. And then the person who invited all of us, they were like, shh, don't be so rude. These are people doing the mount farm. You know, when you already get your mount, you're like, how long should... It becomes awkward. You're like, how long do I stay for before you leave? No, you shouldn't dip right after. No, knucklehead. No, you gotta give it a few pulls, man. You piece right after. No looting and scooting. One run? You gotta do at least 5. Then you're safe, I think. Let's put it at that. That's a good, nice number. Do at least 5 more. Oh no, I need to cook dinner now. Bye. The disrespect around here. Yeah, what are you guys saying in chat? Come on. You got a good RNG roll. Stay in there for a while until, you know, you've done at least a certain amount. So all is fair. I do actually remember someone who would always who always said I had streamer privilege because the mount would drop on me like first or second. And they always made it out like they had terrible, terrible luck. Like, I never roll a 99. It's always 1 or 2 or 3.
Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this Final Fantasy XIV drama story. If you have any of your own drama stories that you'd like me to share and read out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra.